Hey there, so today we have another review. I'm very excited for this one. This is courtesy of Michael from Charleston. Thank you so much. This is the Brewer versus Brewer challenge from Treehouse. I guess it's Brewer versus Brewer versus Brewer versus Brewer. 4 different beers. They got 4 of the brewers from Treehouse, including the OG brewer / owner, Nate, and 4 of them brewed different beers. We don't know which one's which, and with the QR code, I'm going to vote to see which one's the best or what I prefer, blah, blah, blah. These are all canned 10 days ago. It's been a busy week, exciting. And I'm just excited to dig into this beer. So they're all Osby Hazy double IPAs. We have a range of 7.5, 7.8, 8.3, 8%. Some of them offer a little bit of information. Some of them offer a little bit of tasting notes. This one specifically offers no information. It's one of those things. I mean, like, I appreciate the message and all that cool stuff, but for your enjoyment, there's no actual information about this beer on this. Yeah, tropical fruit flavors, opaque yellow. Doesn't say anything about that. So I also don't have 4 Treehouse Teikus. I got rid of a lot of glassware, but I don't have 4 matching. But between these are like, yeah, right. I mean, like the shapes are like somewhat similar here. Come on, we're pretty similar. So let's dig into the first one. This is called Windswept. Windswept. First off, appearance on these guys. This one's a little bit milkier. This one's quite pale. They're all quite pale and milky looking. This one's actually quite milky, yeah. No, I mean, they're all similar color. I'm not going to judge based on that. This one actually needs a little bit more compared to the other glasses. Let's try it. Windswept. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. That smells awesome. Diesel, gooseberry, tropical, pineapple. Oh. Yeah, a little bit of red berry fruit in there. I'm almost smelling like strawberry, raspberry. Oh, yeah. And then big, almost like star fruit, maybe a little bit of kiwi. Almost like yuzu, citrus, orange. This smells fantastic. Cheers. It's definitely on the more exotic, lighter side. By the way, I pulled these out like 5-10 minutes ago. They've got a little bit temperature time to warm up than straight for temperature. Quite nice. Wow. Just like the nose. Tropical, apricot, star fruit. Really pretty, light, fuzzy peach character. More of that kind of like exotic, citrusy thing. Yeah, like that like interesting kind of like Buddha's hand, yuzu, satsuma orange thingy, right? Like exotic tropical orange flavors, citrus flavors. Also some of that dankness, some of that like thiol-y gooseberry thing is also hiding in there. Quite nice. That's really good. Really nice kind of light doughy mouthfeel. Not overly sweet. Almost doesn't drink like a Treehouse beer. At least the one that I'm familiar with. What do they give on information? White grape, tropical fruit, lemon lime. Yeah. I didn't even read that. So I'm actually very pumped that was what my descriptors were and what it said on the can. So let's try out. If I had to rate that, that's really good. I give it like a 97, 98. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. From Fields to Glass. Nice. Very different. This one's more packed and intense. Yeah, this one's juicier. Yeah, juicier. Though honestly, that means a boatload of nothing to you guys. So really what I mean is it's a little bit more ripe. It has a little bit more kind of like mandarin orange character. It's definitely shows that signature bubblegum banana yeast thing. The Treehouse has a juicy fruit character. And then just like more traditional Treehouse tropical flavors. Juicy fruit, the pineapple, mango. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's Treehouse. See, this is like I would not be able to put a finger. This is Treehouse. Yeah. Oh yeah. That tastes like haze. It tastes a little bit like It tastes a little bit like graze, a combination of green and haze. Big bubblegum character, and that really sexy kind of like, yeah, green. It's like I forget what fruit they like to call on green, but I want to say it's pineapple, ripe pineapple. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, that's that that I feels like what Prime Treehouse I remember tasting like. Oh, oof, that's insanity. What is it? Citra Cascade Nelson? That's what it tastes like? Because green's all not all galaxy, but I think it's the predominant galaxy. But they got this flavor out of Citra Cascade Nelson. Okay. Yeah, they have a U.S. Sorry. Oh, no. Excuse me. See, they say Australia, New Zealand, U.S. Maybe. Okay, so they so it's 9 farms from around the world. So could it be like Southern Hemisphere, Australian Cascade that's in here? I don't know. So they picked hops from all over the place. Like, I don't know. Oh yeah, there you go. Mango, grapefruit, honeydew melon, passion fruit, peach candies. That's the other one. Big, ripe honeydew melon, cantaloupe thing that I get from Green all the time. Oh, that's fire. That's fire. That's a 9900 right there. That's just signature Treehouse. Honestly, tastes like just exactly one of their core beers. So, stupid. Oh yeah. Following in that vein. Similar, tropical, stone fruit. Again, you sort of get lost when you're just like, just picking through this many hop bombs. So like, yeah. Going to a palate on this one. I couldn't really get too much on. Well, like, obviously it smells like something, but it just gets blended in on the palate. On the. Yeah, that's why. Very similar. This is definitely a different beer. These two are just Treehouse beers. Yeah, I like it. A little bit more green, as in not quite bad in the bad way, like vegetal, but a little bit lighter and spritzier on its hop profile. This one has I felt had a little bit more riper melon to it. This one is, sometimes the melons are sweet and ripe, but they also have parts that are a little crunchy that are not as sweet and ripe, and that's sort of what's going on here. Bubblegum as well, juicy fruit character. A little bit of bitterness back. It's quite good. What tasting it? See, that's why it's Citra Pink, a hop I've never heard of, Nectaron, and Pacific Sunrise, and they say notes of cantaloupe, red berries, grapefruit, and stone fruit. So similar kind of tasting notes to the last one. As I drink it more, I say it is a little less ripe. There is a big ripe, juicy character in the middle, almost like a, what do they want to call it? Yeah, sweet stone fruit. Let's go with that. Yeah. Honestly, the beers are very similar. I'm having a hard time picking between the two. I probably should have water, but they're very similar. I'm gonna have to revisit. That's also 99/100 kind of to do. Whatever. Let's check out Whispers of a Ghost. This one's the most milky of the bunch. Yes, that's clear to me. Like, this one just looks milkier. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, see, certainly different. This one's the first one where I actually notice like hop pellet character. It has this like it just smells like it has that pelletized hop thing to it. The mirror scene's showing like it's. I hate to say it, but it smells like hop burn. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. It just, but I've just, the Pavlovian reflex in my palate just goes like, oh no, Yeah. Actually, why am I saying yeah? Well, how about this? This clearly has the most kind of like green character to it. Still awesome beer. Has some of that kind of like geraniol, rosy kind of floral action that I also get from heavily hopped beers. But it's crazy. Like these just don't even like, they just don't even have it. Whereas here it's not like, it's the tertiary flavors of a flawed hazy IPA. And now that I wait more, now I'm getting some of that green polyphenol thing on the back end. It's actually quite nice. It sort of like counteracts as the balancing element in this beer to be a drying factor, but any more of it, if anything, it's actually noticeably detracting from my sensitive palate of it. Some people seem to love it and they just chase beers that have it. I'm very sensitive to it, and I can sort of see the drying polyphenol attack sort of like hitting on my palate already. It also, yeah, and what happens is that it's actually a little bit distracting. It's sort of that kind of like green character sort of just takes away from any noticeable hop flavor that can be found in the beer. Again, I've had so much worse examples, but this just falls right into that trap of the off flavor that I obviously hate. And then it also has a little bit of that kind of lightly chalky thing too, or again, it could be my crazy brain like clip, because they're two different flavors that are happening in what I consider like off in a hazy IPA. And it could be it could just be the green character, but I'm also tasting chalkiness too. And could it be my brain just connecting the two flavors for the wrong reasons? It's actually quite nice. It still has a really nice kind of like pretty green hop thing there as well. Sits with like a lemon lime hop character. What else? Oh yeah. Sorry. This is the one where they don't give you any information. It's just a bunch of words, and I'll have to read them, and there's a message and all that cool stuff to it. But this is by far the most hate to say it, Whispers of a Ghost, the most generic of the bunch. That's funny. There's the one sitting in the Treehouse Teku. Yeah, this is easily. It's good beer. I personally wouldn't chase after it if a brewery dropped this. I've just gotten very picky with hazy IPA these days. This beer I would have given somewhere in the 90s, right? Like A minus ish. It's good beer, and you could tell it's a fancy, you can tell it's like a good brewery. Like this, like Sierra Nevada did not make this. Bell's did not make this. Like it was a smaller brewery doing hazy IPA that probably knows what they're doing. Like a monk, like a Monkish or a Trillium, right? Like I would have just guessed it was one of those breweries. Definitely not Treehouse. Doesn't taste like Treehouse. So easily I can dismiss that Whispers of Ghost is the worst of the bunch. Sorry whoever brewed it. I'm just very picky. I'm gonna have to. This has to be number 2. Yeah. This is definitely number 3. This is Windswept. As I drink it more, my palate fatigue has sort of been hitting, and it just gets a little bit more bland on the palate. But I was definitely very impressed on the first initial attack, and that's just good hazy IPA. I specifically very much like the Treehouse profile, so the fact that this doesn't really taste like a Treehouse IPA is like probably taking points away. That's very good, though. That's very good. You know what it reminds me of? It sort of reminds me of like if a West Coast, like I don't really drink. I don't trade anymore. I don't really drink this stuff too much. But if you told me like a really, really good West Coast brewery, because it just has a little less sweetness to it, but it's still like proper New England hazy IPA. I don't know. What are the hype West Coast hazy IPA breweries right now? Like, I don't know. Like again, these are breweries I've never tried. Like Cellar Maker, or I don't know. Like, do they make beers that taste like this? Or I know like even like the big ones like North Park and Green Shake, they make hazies. I don't know what they taste like, but it sort of tastes like if a West Coast made a really, really good example of it, and it's absolutely fire. Again, this would have been A minus. This would have been, I think, like I said, 97, 98. These two guys are the ones I got to worry about right now. I'm like, shoot, which one do I pick out of these two? Like, so refresh the glass a little bit. So definitely worst goes, Whispers of Ghost, into Windswept, and now I got to pick between Steady Glow and From Fields of Glass. From Fields to Glass. Very much tastes like green. Honestly, on any other day, I feel like you can flip a coin and pick any of these. I feel that maybe the Steady Glow is just a little bit more ripe for me. Yeah. You're not losing. It's clear. It's clear. The division goes like this. These two are clearly the best. This one's definitely number 3. This one's definitely number 4. And I would be impressed, especially with Treehouse drinkers. I'd be blown away if these two did not get number 1, 2. Like, I don't know which one, whatever. But I'd be blown away if this one won. Blown away if this one won. And I'd be blown away if these weren't the top 2. Like, I have strong confidence in the differences between these. Like, it's a tier kind of situation. Yeah, cool. We got to do a Cuvee, right? Yeah. So today, this video's gone long enough. I need a little bit more of this guy, I want to say. A little bit more Windswept. Definitely a little bit more Fields of Green. Definitely a little bit more Steady Glow. Yeah, Cuvee. Cuvee. This might not have been a perfect Cuvee. It was close. It was close enough. Who the freak cares? Okay, so this is what Treehouse beer sort of looks like these days. Paler than I remember. I feel like they usually had a little bit, and also hazier than I remember. I don't remember the haze being this strong. I don't remember the beers being this pale. But then, man, that head is just beautifully tiny bubbled. Like, it's a fluffy. You guys can see it. Like, sometimes you pour these hazy IPAs. It's got a big, bubbly, Belgian-looking head thing. This almost pours. It almost looks like nitro hazy IPA. All right, you guys see that? Jeez. Creamy. So, I guess I should have expected. So 2 of the beers were freaking amazing. So then, like, when the half is like this, you get 2 freaking amazing beers. Just dominate the shit out of these 2 guys. It's honestly a really nice balanced beer too. Right, you get a little bit of that hop burn thing, that hop burn thing that helps actually. Again, like, it's actually useful to have in a beer to help, like, offer bitterness because these beers are not like traditionally bitter like traditional IPAs. So it's good to have a little bit of that, and you blend a quarter of that in. And then this one has the complexity of a non-Treehouse beer, but then you have a dominant flavor of the Treehouse beer. Right, it's just everything. Like, this is why I love Cuvee. I mean, I will say, one of these by itself would be better, but that's really freaking tasty. Woo! Oh, it's so smooth and creamy too. Mouth feels fantastic on it. All right, well, in the end, who's a winner? I am. Thank you to Michael from Charlton. The Brewers, whatever. Congrats to you guys, but I'm the winner tonight. But yes, who's the winner? Steady Glow. It goes Steady Glow from Fields to Glass. Windswept, then Whispers of a Ghost. I'm going to go in the QR code. I'm going to vote. You guys, if you've had this, please tell me what you think. Thank you, Michael from Charlton. This was such an amazing, fun time. And these 2 guys, I will take my sweet time with because they are freaking fire. Cheers, later.